What's going on, everyone? Alex De Silva, happy as Larry Group. I hope you are well. It's Thursday afternoon. I hope you're having a great day or a great afternoon wherever you are in the world. And we're going to do another video today. Well, I'm going to do another video today because Lucy's not here, but she will be very soon. So watch this space. After the last video, I sent it through to a few people. We were talking about anxiety, and I got some really great responses back, some really good feedback. So thank you to every single person that's watched, and will be watching in the future. And these videos are all about helping somebody, and I hope this topic helps you, and I know it touches a lot of people globally. So the word for today, or the topic I'm going to be discussing, and please don't cringe, is love. Now, not in a sense of in a sense of the actual meaning of love. What does it mean? How do we react to it? And sort of the evolution of love and where we are today. So I'll be covering a few different things, and I think everybody knows, love is one of the most incredible emotions that any human being can feel. I talked about in the last video about love and fear. They are the sort of the mother of positive and negative, and today we're going to touch on that positive. Now, there are various different components with regards to love, and I want to start with those. And the first one is intimacy. Intimacy is all about friendship and sharing and talking, and just being able to be open with people. Intimacy is a very simple word, and it's absolutely incredible and beautiful how two human beings can connect and be able to talk so openly, to be so vulnerable. And I think in the society that we are at the moment, people get really scared of doing that. People get really worried about intimacy and where is it going to lead? Is there another motive here? A lot of the times human beings just want to share. People just want to talk, and we just want to be open with each other. It's a fact that every human being on earth, and if there are other people outside of this world too, which I'm sure there are, every single one of us want to receive and give love. It's as simple as that, and that is the absolute beauty of that word, love. And intimacy, starts the conversation really well. So I guess it sort of moves us a little bit onto commitment, which I know many people, including myself, earlier on in my life and at various points of my life, I had a lot of commitment issues. I was a little bit of a commitment phobe. But what I realized and what I understand today, my commitment issues had nothing to do with anybody else. My commitment issues were all of my issues and things that I needed to look at. And I realized that the reason I had so many commitment issues was because I was so afraid of how people were going to hurt me and how it was going to affect me. And the most important thing as well to highlight is that I really did not love myself. I was not behaving or acting in a way that was loving at all. I misbehaved, a lot, and I am very open about that because I don't think we're all human beings. There is no need for us to be ashamed of the experiences that we've had. One of the things that I've been able to do is to make up for the things that I've done, and if I haven't been able to make up those things to the individual, themselves, then I try to practice living a different way, to behaving in a different way, to being more loving and to being more kind. And if I am in a committed relationship, which I am today, as Lucy and I, are partners and we are in a relationship, and our commitment to each other is incredible because it grows every single day. And listen, commitment is not about having an expectation of how the person should be, or having an expectation of how, you know, the person should behave. That's not what commitment is. You know, commitment for me, and I'm only speaking through my own experience, it also, the word I'm actually looking for is you know, everyone has to be compatible, but one of the most beautiful thing about, you know, a commitment or a relationship, a loving relationship, is about being able to complement each other. You know, how many of us have gone into relationships, you know, expecting the other person to love us, or do you love me? You know, you make me so happy. Please promise me that you're never going to do this to me. Promise me that you're never going to break my heart. Promise me that you're going to love me forever. And we're building these expectations of the individual, and the poor man and the poor woman is having to live to these expectations, completely unrealistic, you know, without no realization of what the other person's thinking. And I've been in those relationships, you know, putting my weight, you know, my worries and my fears onto somebody else's shoulders. And when they weren't meeting those expectations, they weren't meeting my commitment issues, it then drove me to go off and say, well, this person doesn't love me. They don't care about me. You know, they're not doing, you know, the things that I expect them to. Now, one of the things that I've learned is, why should that be anybody else's, you know, commitment to take on? You know, it's not down to anybody else to love us. You know, it's not anybody else's responsibility to make us happy. I say this before, and I'll probably say it, you know, a lot more times, because I think we need to really understand that. You know, the only person that has the responsibility to love you as an individual, as in me and you, is you, and it's me. And as soon as I took those steps to love myself and to really care for me, to put me first, not in a selfish way as in I don't care about anybody else, as in from a loving place, from a caring place, from a kind place, to learn who I am first, to learn what I need first, to understand the things that are important to me. Once I started to grasp these things, and I'm still doing it, and I'll probably be doing it for the rest of my life, because growth is, you know, is now part of my everyday life. And, you know, I want to grow in love, you know, I want to grow, you know, in commitment, I want to grow in intimacy. Yeah, and I think it's so important to be able to do those things every single day. And I think we should always remember and never forget that, you know, if we're happy in ourselves, then when we're in these, you know, committed relationships, and we are in commitments, and we're in these unconditional loving relationships, it's such a huge difference. And I'm so blessed and so grateful to say that, you know, Lucy and I have that today. You know, and listen, it didn't start like that. You know, we have to work again. We had to work at things as individuals, you know, in order to be able to understand exactly who we are, exactly what we want from us as individuals, not what we expect from the other person, is exactly what we want in our lives and the things that are going to make us happy. And thankfully, we were able to come into this absolutely beautiful relationship, which grows on a daily basis. And what happens from that is, not only do we grow with each other, is we grow individually, you know. And if anything ever happens that we turn around and say to each other, listen, you know, this is not going to work anymore, then yeah, absolutely, it's going to be heartbreaking. But we can just go on about our lives and you know, be able to move on. And I think any individual should be able to do that. We have to learn to be self-sufficient. You know, we have to be able to understand that we go to bed with ourselves every single day, from the day that we were born to the day that we pass. You know, we're gonna go to bed with us. So love yourself. You know, and I guess that's the beautiful thing, isn't it? Every time I say love or talk about love, it really makes me happy. And I don't want to sort of put a downer on it. And hopefully it's not. Hopefully it's highlighting how important we are to ourselves, you know, before we can be important to anybody else, you know. And I think that kind of brings me really, really swiftly onto passion. You know, this is another component of love. Passion. We all have passion. You know, we all have this thriving passion when we love someone. It's this unconditional thing, you know, when, you know, from a sexual perspective, you know, to desire, you know, to being romantic, to having passion for something you just really love, you know, whether it's a sport, whether it's a job, whether it's, you know, something you do, you know, music, reading, writing, acting, singing. We all have these incredible passions. Human beings were born with that, you know, and it stems from love, because we were born to love. We were born to care. We were born to have these incredible emotions that just explode inside us. And sometimes we get so scared of these emotions, you know, and it's really sad sometimes, because what happens is fear kicks in, and I won't touch on that because fear doesn't have a place in this conversation today. But when that does happen is, you know, unfortunately, things like intimacy, things like commitment, things like passion disappears. And one of the things I want to say is, you know, face everything and rise, you know, and bring that passion out, you know, bring it out from first gear to sixth gear to seventh gear, you know, believe in yourself, trust in yourself, love yourself, care. It's so important, you know, to have that passion and find it within yourself. Every single one of us have a talent. Whatever that talent is, find it within you. You know, your head might turn around and say to you, oh no, you're not going to be good enough for this. Who knows? How do you know unless you try? And keep trying. Find that passion within you, that passion in your heart where you can just go and do whatever the fuck you want. Excuse my language, but does that make sense? Every single one of us want to be something. We want to be somebody. We want to be somewhere. We want to achieve something. We want to be remembered for one thing or another. Be remembered for having passion and not regretting your life. Be remembered for having that desire for just going out there and getting it, you know. Be remembered for having the passion to fail and succeed, to not be scared. So when you're in love, to put everything into it. When you're in a relationship, you know, go the extra mile, do the extra thing, and it doesn't matter if the other person breaks your heart. Welcome to life. But if you got yourself covered, you're in check, what happens? We fall down, we pick ourselves up again. That's the beautiful thing about life. And it doesn't mean that you shut off to the world, that all of a sudden you say, I'm not loving again. No, get back up and love some more. Go and find the next person. Go and experience. Show them how much you can love. And by being able to do that, by being able to go out into the world and love unconditionally, no matter what, this sense of fulfillment, this sense of desire, that passion just keeps growing and growing and growing. And isn't it incredible to hear those words? And isn't it incredible to feel them? I'm feeling them as I'm talking to you, and it's just sending me wild. It's incredible. That's what the beauty of love is, you know? Having intimacy, having commitment, having passion. It's absolutely beautiful. And listen, the evolution of love is rising. You know, if you think back to, you know, thousands of years ago, I was doing a little bit of research and I was just reading. I love to read and I love to sort of dig deep. And, you know, I found so many beautiful and interesting things. You know, we're looking at different cultures, you know, back in the days, you know, sort of, you know, the Greeks, you know, the Egyptian, the Turks, the Japanese. There was little things that were coming up here and there. I'm thinking, wow, this is really, really interesting stuff. You know, and if we think back, you know, back in the days, you know, in the 60s, in the 70s, in the 80s, there was, you know, when there were war, how many of us were against that, you know, and it was all about peace and not war. You know, we all understand that there is a lot more to us as human beings, because although sometimes we fear up here, we think and we feel up, down here. We feel with our hearts, and we all know that going around beating the life out of each other and killing innocent people, regardless to what we think the other person has done, the reality of it is a lot of these things are not done by us. I haven't sat here and caused a war, and I'm pretty sure every single person watching this video probably didn't either. If it gets to the higher level, I'm sure maybe some of the people that have caused some of these wars may be looking at this and thinking, I hope you do think, do you know what? Is it really worth it? Love is not about power. That's not what love is. Love is not about empowering someone. It's about sharing. Love is about giving back. I don't know why I'm getting emotional, but that's what it does, and it triggers something for me, because love is not about, watching innocent kids die. That's not what love is. Love is about helping somebody else, and it's about humanity. It's about us joining together and changing the world. And that's what our mission statement is. It's helping to change the world, one person at a time. And that's what it's all about. That's what it's always been, for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. Sorry, and I'm not going to edit this. There's been wars, fighting over what? What the hell are people fighting for? And it brings me on over to, when people talk about religion, it's happening at the moment. We see it in the news here in London. There's been a few attacks, and recently there was a tower block, huge block. There was a huge fire, and so many innocent people dying. Do you know why? Because certain people decided to save a little bit of money. At what cost? At the cost of innocent people's lives. And what are these wars all about? Are they really about religion? I'm not here to have a debate about, war and government, and, that's not what I'm here for. This is not what we are as a business. But, what I am here to tell you, what we are here to tell you, is it's about standing together. It's about understanding that when people shout and preach about love, but actually they're talking about power, that's not love. That's installing fear into people. That's what that is. Because people who talk about love, they don't talk about killing another human being. They don't talk about, wiping out thousands and millions of people. That's not what love is. The actions of love is all about love and kindness. It's about helping somebody else. It's about putting your arms around someone and saying, listen, it's going to be all right. It's about a hug, a smile, It's about kind words, being able to share openly with people. It's about living life. Living life to the fullest. There's a lot of people that, are not here today for whatever reason. Whether it's been because of war, and, as I said previously, my experience has been with, drugs and alcohol, and, we've lost a lot of friends, a lot of very beautiful human beings, around the world, families, friends, loved ones. And I think sometimes we forget how amazing life is. And we forget to live it. We forget to have gratitude for it. And what we do instead is we sit in front of the telly and we watch the news, we watch these programs, and and we sit there and we wish that we had the cars, that we had the houses, that we had the money, that we had this life. But yet you go and speak to some of these people, and I have, I've met some very wealthy individuals, throughout my career, and it's incredible that they are just as sad as someone that maybe doesn't have it. Actually, I've met people that don't have a penny to their name be the most grateful just for being alive. That's what love is. What we want to show people, the reason I do these videos, the reason we put so much passion into what we do as a business, is to show the world that there is more out there. Is to show the world that you can do something, that you can change, and we're here to help. And if by doing these videos it helps you to get off your ass and to go and do something, to go and live, go and skydive, go and climb a mountain, go and enjoy the sunshine, go out and sing in the rain, go and get naked, go and do whatever the hell puts a smile on your face. Go and chase that passion, go and find that beautiful man, that beautiful woman that you've always been looking for. Stop wasting time sitting in front of the TV, glued to your phone. The love of your life could be walking past you and you don't even know it. If you're watching this video, I'm sorry, I hope you haven't missed him or her, but look, I hope you got something out of this. I always make a few notes, and I want you to just be honest and real. That's the one thing Lucy and I are all about, is just being honest, just giving you passion, giving you a commitment, and hopefully we can inspire people to do more, to do better. And listen, having financial freedom, having the ability to go out and do anything in life is fantastic. Financial freedom won't change this. It may make things a little bit easier, but it won't heal that. That's something you have to do yourself. That's personal work. And, we work with people all the time, and we're a very new company, and we're growing. And the feedback has been incredible, and it just inspires us to do a hell of a lot more. I know Lucy hasn't been behind a camera recently, but she's an incredible human being, and I love you more than anything. What she does behind this camera is just incredible. She is a beautiful human being. Yeah. And that's the thing, I wish she could be here, and she will be, but don't worry, today she's got a placement today, and she's working very, very hard, working with other people, helping others. And she will be sat right next to me very, very soon, doing these videos. And watch this space, guys, because this thing is taking off, and you know what, it's just going to get better and better. I'm talking a little bit too much, I'm waffling now, but I hope you enjoyed the video. Listen, subscribe to our channel. As I said, I do videos now every Tuesday and every Thursday. Hopefully Lucy will be joining on some of these videos now, and she will, I know for sure, in the future. We're a partnership, as much as sometimes she's not, next to me, in front of the camera, but believe me, she's doing a hell of a lot of stuff, for you guys outside, and thank you so much. My gratitude, my love to every single person that watches this, whether it's one, whether it's a million, whether it's a billion. I love every single one of you guys, and I hope you get something out of this. Go and live life today. Go and enjoy yourself. Have an amazing day. Have an amazing week. and subscribe to the video. Please like, please leave your comments, because these videos are about you, you know, and I want to do more for you guys. I want to be able to help as much as I can, you know, and as soon as the comments start to build up, and as soon as we start to get a dialogue, you know, there'll be a hell of a lot more that I'll be talking about. So hopefully you don't get sick of me. I know you won't. And thank you so much. Listen, follow us on social media. As always, we are always here to help people. If something struck, you know, with you, and you want to speak to us confidentially, you want us to help you, you know, outside on a one-to-one basis, please email us on info@happyaslarrygroup.com. You can also find us on our website, which is www.happyaslarrygroup.com, and we are across all social medias: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Snapchat, LinkedIn, Twitter, at Happy as Larry Group. So have an incredible day, incredible evening, incredible afternoon, incredible week, wherever you are in the world. If you have watched for this long, I love you. Thank you so much. Have an incredible day, and I'll speak to you soon. Take care.